Crypto markets rally in the wake of an announcement that Ethereum is not going to be classified as a security by the SEC. EOS officially activates its mainnet. The Brave browser is rated the number 12 tech firm of 2018. Ambrosius releases its SDKs. Coinbase's index fund is available for investment. Justin Sun begins yet another countdown. Walmart looks to create a Bitcoin-powered electrical grid. We've got all your headlines mixed with some daily market analysis. I'm Elio Trades, and your FUD TV Daily Update starts now. Welcome back, FUD Nation. And oh, does it feel good to have a little bit of green here on the board. Obviously, when we woke up this morning, it wasn't so green, but now we can see almost everything is bulling here. The question is there any reason to really get carried away and celebrate? We'll look at a few things here. Knowles is having their token swap. Dragon Chain is rebounding off a serious fall here. Sia Coin just got listed on Binance. There's a few things to celebrate here, but in general, everything's up just because we got the great news out of the SEC. So without digging too much into these charts, let's hop over and talk about what is very important news for cryptocurrency, and let's try to get our heads wrapped around what it really means. This morning, Director William Hinman of the SEC triggered a much-needed bull run when he announced that Ethereum in its current state is not a security. Now, of course, this goes a bit in contradiction to the statements made by Jay Clayton just a few weeks ago that almost all ICOs will be viewed as securities. Of course, Ethereum is the original ICO and one that upon which many of the well-known, or I guess 94 out of 100 top 100 cryptocurrencies have been built and launched as ICOs. So of course this sets a precedent. Now, as someone who has studied the law, I was almost a lawyer in a past life. I can promise you that this legal precedent is more than enough if we have such a coin like Ethereum, which was raised, distributed through ICO. Of course, people bought into it with the expectation of making gains, or at least some of them have, and they're making the case that because in its current form it's sufficiently decentralized to be considered not a security. Well, that is certainly enough of a legal precedent and a legal framework for really good lawyers to go forward and defend any real good cryptocurrency project that has enough sufficient decentralization. Of course, what comes to mind is the XRP Ripple token, and even though Ripple was a pre-existing company dating back to 2004, really, I don't think a lot of people know that, the reality is the XRP token is highly centralized and the way the blockchain operates is highly centralized. So it's hard to say that that would not be a security. Obviously, they didn't have an ICO. Things are getting complex here. What we do know is that the market is rallying. However, I don't know if this is a real sustainable rally. I'm still of the skeptical belief that we might have to go touch some lows of under 6,000 regardless of this news. I think this news is phenomenal for bringing in a lot more retail and institutional investment, just letting people understand that, hey, if I'm a big money bag and I don't want to deal with SEC concerns, I know that Ethereum and Bitcoin are safe bets. And of course, we're going to see a lot of derivative products like ETFs and futures come out of this. It's all good news. It's all green news when it comes to Ethereum and Bitcoin. And as someone who was almost a lawyer, I can promise you that really good lawyers will be able to make the case that because of this legal precedent on Ethereum and the legal precedent around Bitcoin, that if you have a sufficiently decentralized cryptocurrency or blockchain project, that you could also issue it without the concern that it would disturb the current existing laws around securities. I do believe, of course, that there will be projects regulated as securities, and I think that the verbiage is very critical here and the level of decentralization is critical here. But if you're working on like a decentralized autonomous organization, a DAO or something of that nature that includes inherently a lot of decentralization and is really meant to be an autonomous sort of mechanism, then it's not really a security. It's not really a venture that you're buying into per se. So I think that this is an amazing legal foundation. It sets a legal precedent, and I think that we're going to have a lot of exciting times ahead. I think this is going to send a real dose of energy back into the cryptocurrency market that desperately needs a little hit of revival here. All green, all good. I can't say it's going to last. I personally am not buying this at all. I'm going to wait for it to dip a little more personally. Don't hate me for saying that, but I don't think that that's bad. I didn't think it was bad the first time, and I think that now that we have some regulatory clarity, as we say, I think this is going to facilitate a true rebound of the cryptocurrency community, of the cryptocurrency markets. To me, this is very good. You can't overstate how good it is, though I'm not particularly convinced that this bull run is a real bull run or maybe just a flurry of excitement in reaction to some good news. And yes, you guys, I'm sure it's higher now, but we've had over 150 million votes from the EOS token holders, or a billion, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just a lot of votes. We've passed over the 15% mark here, and EOS mainnet is now active. Congratulations, EOS. It's been a long time waiting. More good news. I like to throw on the good news as much as I can, especially in these bearish times. But we've got some great news coming out of today. So as much as it seems like it's been a real sort of down week, I think that we have a lot to celebrate today and a lot to look forward to as far as the real rebound of this market. Maybe it's not today as the beginning, but hopefully in the near future, we can start to build a steady, a real sustainable comeback here for the cryptocurrency market and the valuations that it entails. For the ARK fam, you can see now the new ARK core is released. Check them out. Obviously, having the big products continue to deliver high quality code. That is the backbone of our industry, and we need to be excited whenever we see releases like this. And obviously, this news isn't hot off the press, but Brave was listed as the number 12 tech firm in America in a recent survey. This is awesome because Brave is a really cool browser that's powered by the basic attention, or utilizes the basic attention token. It was created by the co-founder of Mozilla and the creator of JavaScript, Brendan Eich. I've always been very bullish on BAT. Seeing it get more positive press like this is good for the coin, and obviously whatever's good for big coins like BAT and Brave, it's very good for the cryptocurrency market in general. And Ambrosius just released their SDKs, which will allow for people to build cool stuff on top of Ambrosius. I'm a big fan of all my supply chaining projects. I think Ambrosius has some pretty cool elements to it that make it unique. They've got some good partnerships in Switzerland and many other places. We've covered them extensively, so check out Ambrosius. They're pushing forward with their project, and they just released their SDKs. More releases, more good news, more tech, more infrastructure. Let's do this, crypto fam. Now, in interesting news here, the Coinbase Index Fund is live, which will allow you to just put in money and it will distribute like a normal hedge fund. It will divide up your investment about 62% into Bitcoin, 30-something% into Ethereum. They have a little bit of Litecoin, a little bit of Bitcoin Cash, like about 8% Bitcoin Cash, 2% and 3% Litecoin. If you're a large retail investor, you need to have assets in excess of $1 million and annual income in excess of $200,000. It's a little bit exclusive, but again, I don't think this is going to tremendously affect the price. I hope it does, but it doesn't seem like it's done very much in the past few days, even though people have been investing. Just more products to get people easier into the market, less thinking, more investing, more money in. That's always a good thing. We can't say definitively that this is any kind of watershed moment, but it's a good piece of news for sure. And let the countdowns begin again. For Tron, we're counting down again. Yeah. This time, maybe we'll get a mainnet with wallets, with dApps, with something we can play with. We want to see usage of the Tron mainnet. Obviously, I was excited. I was hoping we'd see a little more personally out of the last release. So now Independence Day, let's see if we get an Independence Day that releases with something that at least we can sink our teeth into. At least we'll know, hopefully, that they're developers around Gifto and Baofeng and Obike and all the places that all the dApps rather, that we really are excited for them to start building on top of Tron, start using this. We know that there's been news around the BitTorrent purchase, and obviously Tron is looking to do a lot of moves. They just released a Google Chrome extension wallet. So I think that they're trying to make moves and make it really user-friendly. But again, I'm not the biggest fan of all these countdowns, but for what it's worth, we got a few days until Tron Independence Day. Let's hope that it's a meaningful release. 11 days. Now, in actually very interesting news, we have word that Walmart wants to create a new blockchain-powered, cryptocurrency-powered electrical grid. As the new blockchain patent that's filed by the Walmart Corporation explains, currently energy providers deliver energy to locations that inefficiently use the energy, which leads to increased energy costs for consumers. The increased costs result from various appliances and devices that consume energy at higher levels than the appliance or device may actually need to perform certain tasks, function or perform certain tasks. Smart appliances and devices are now available to consumers that can operate more energy efficiently, but still consume more energy than needed or economically practical. So essentially what they're saying is they want to use blockchain to make sure that smart electronic devices are just using the right amount, the Goldilocks amount of energy here, so that they're not being wasteful. I think it's actually pretty interesting and innovative. Certainly not something I expected from Walmart, which I'd expect to be focusing on blockchain as it tracks products and stuff. But obviously Walmart's a big company. They think bigger than just their, supply chain products. So we'll see. Maybe Walmart will end up creating an energy efficient blockchain that ends up, cutting down people's carbon footprints and all that good stuff. So interesting stuff. Definitely more news around adoption. And if you don't think blockchain is going to power our world, come on, guys. Look at what's happening with the patents in this industry and the forays by different big companies into building and really rounding out this technology into use cases where this is a great use case. People are going to use this because it saves them money on their electricity bill, not because they believe in the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So I think this is a great example of a crypto blockchain use case that's just not tied to speculation, and those kinds of use cases are going to really proliferate, especially when they save people time, energy, and money. And finally, we have word that a solar-powered Bitcoin mining operation is being started by none other than William Shatner. That's right, William Shatner, the man, the myth, the legend, is starting a solar-powered Bitcoin mining operation. And I don't think Shatner, the Star Trek legend, and I don't think Shatner's any kind of fool. So this just strikes me as exciting, interesting news. And of course, If you guys had forgotten, I'll remind you. HODL. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Not professional financial advice, of course. Wow, the news has just been all over the place. FUD is running in the streets. It's a very interesting time to be in cryptocurrency, but I commend you all for sticking with this market, for sticking with this channel. I'm so excited to have you guys with me each and every day. And now this news that Ethereum is not going to be considered a security is extremely promising for regulatory clarity, as they say, or getting a few more big money bags to feel more comfortable investing in this space. Obviously, there's been a ton to cover this week, and we're going to continue updating you on the twists and turns that are cryptocurrency. We'll be here. We hope we can keep you guys excited and really optimistic about participating in a technological revolution. It's just not every day you get to do this. If you guys enjoyed this content, of course, and you're not subscribed to this channel, we encourage you to hit that subscribe button and of course hit that little bell notification, and you're going to be made aware whenever we put out new content. I'm Elio Trades, you're watching FUD TV, and I'll see you very, very soon on the next episode.